Now, guys, I know you're used to seeing me talk about the Isle, but please, you have to understand. There's the baryonyx. Released on September 26, 2023, Paleopines is one of the most recent additions to the farming simulator genre, with its own unique twist that sets it apart from its competition, including titles such as Fae Farm, Slime Rancher, and Farming Simulator. All 13 of them. Yeah, I wish I was joking. In the game, you play as a young farmer who recently moved to the island of Paleopines with your Parasaurolophus companion, Lucky. On the island, you'll live on your own personal ranch, growing crops, clearing the land, and finding out what happened to the rest of the parasaurs, as Lucky appears to be the last of her kind. I mean, seriously, just seeing this dinosaur just blows people's minds into atoms. All the while, you'll be building enclosures and housing your own personal farmhands, the main inhabitants of the island, dinosaurs. Ranging from species such as the mighty Tyrannosaurus to the lesser-known Werehosaurus, the game has 39 total dinosaurs, each with unique patterns and colors. But why are these dinosaurs so special apart from being so adorably animated and stylized? Well, who needs a stupid tractor when you have a Triceratops to help till the soil for you? Chainsaw for removing bushes? Nah, Kentrosaurus, baby. Or, if you're feeling a little fancy, Therizinosaurus. Too lazy to plant your own seeds? Just have a raptor do it for you, you stupid bonobo. If you haven't already guessed, dinosaurs possess different abilities to help you with your ranching. From watering crops to smashing fallen trees, there is a dinosaur for any task that you may find yourself having to complete on your agricultural adventure. But apart from the dinosaurs, you will be interacting with different characters, each of which serve to sell you some sort of commodity, like clothes, seeds, and building materials. These characters also have their own personal lives outside of work. The more you interact with them, the stronger your connection will be. They will offer you discounts, special missions, and even let you sleep over if you find yourself far from home. Now, I know what you're thinking. No, you can't romance them, pervert. Alright, now that the basics are covered, let's get to the review part of this review video. Just a preface, I've seen this title compared to many of its competitors as an amalgamation of popular cozy simulation games, like Animal Crossing. And while such an obvious inspiration is undeniable, I will try my best to view this game as an independent project and not compare it with others. That being said, I liked this a lot more than Animal Crossing. As relaxing as New Horizons can be, except for this part, Paleopines, for me, managed to lull me into a sense of ease, while still remaining exciting and whimsy enough to keep me from getting bored. As I started to immerse myself into the first area, Viridian Valley, it feels rewarding to scour the landscape searching for different species that exist in this section of the map. Herds of herbivorous dinosaurs, such as Corythosaurus and Styracosaurus, litter the landscape, singing to each other and grazing as the gorgeous sun sets to blanket the world in a warm spectrum of reds and purples. At nighttime, you may encounter specific dinos that you will not be able to find during the day. In the Dapplewood Forest, for example, baryonyx will only appear in the lakeside grotto as the sun sets, while Megalosaurus will take its spot when the sun is out. Seasons and weather conditions may also affect the dinosaurs as well, as certain species may only appear once the right conditions are met. And I was never bored. The colors and patterns the dinosaurs display change with each in-game day that passes, meaning that every day quite literally presents a new chance for you to come across a melanistic or an albino dinosaur, two of the rarest color variations in the game. Not only does it keep things fresh, but I found myself visiting groups of dinosaurs that I didn't even care about just to see if the ultra-rare skins had spawned on that given day. And to me, personally, the dinosaurs were never made out just to be slaves. Which brings me to my next point, the taming system. Most other games would have you find an animal, beat it senseless, force-feed it his favorite food, and Stockholm Syndrome it into being your friend. Paleopines, however, pulls an ocarina of time and gives us a flute to serenade the dinos. It's a surprisingly creative system while also being a fun minigame, but don't think it's too easy either. Your job is to match the sounds that the dinosaurs make, which correspond to 4 different color notes that can each be played at 3 different lengths. And it certainly doesn't help that some of these dinosaurs act like they're Mariah Carey on November 1st. They will sing so many notes that it can be difficult to get it on the first couple of tries. It brings an extra challenge into taming that makes it feel more satisfying once you finally get it down. Once you get your new friend to come close to you, feed them their favorite flavor of treats. Dinosaurs enjoy different flavors and textures of foods, so you'll have to experiment. Or you can just look on the wiki like I did. If you feed them too much, they'll get overly excited and run away. Soothe them too much and they'll get eepy and fall asleep. But if you can get it just right and have the marker right in between those green lines, they'll trust you enough to be your friend. After you've, of course, given them a poppin', a giant cupcake sold by one of the NPCs. Pippin, congratulations, you've tamed a dinosaur. Now you can ride upon its back and journey across the land in search of... Hold on, everybody, I'm getting an important news flash from my assistant. Yeah, go ahead. I can't ride the dinosaurs yet. I'm making a complete what of myself? That's right. Don't think for even a second that you're done yet. Now you gotta walk the dinosaur, pet it, meet all of its housing requirements, give it a treat, and sing its special tune every day for 2 to 3 in-game days before it trusts you enough to ride it. Is this annoying? Yeah, it can be, as some dinosaurs can be quite finicky about what they want. And if you don't show them the care and affection that they need, they will not just stick around like some girl waiting for her abusive boyfriend to change. They'll simply get up and leave the ranch. This system made them feel a lot more like actual friends that you had to take care of instead of, well, captives. Taming is an extensive process that isn't an easy task by any means. You must be properly prepared and possess all of the necessary materials to house your avian friends. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, some of the theropods do actually have feathers. W. Overall, I feel really comfortable saying that the dinosaurs are the strongest aspect of the game. They knocked it out of the park in that department. The map itself is another strong point, with locations being distinct enough that you won't forget them while also not feeling out of place. Across the island, you'll find remnants of ancient tablets, statues, artifacts, and carvings for you to take note of with your journal. Which is amazing, by the way. This journal might as well be a Pokédex. It's unnecessarily satisfying to fill up with information and a great reference for taming and farming. They straight up just put the wiki in the game. That's what it is. Unfortunately, now is when we start getting into the less than stellar aspects of the game, being the quests and characters. Let's go over the quests first. I have mixed feelings about these missions, as they can be very satisfying to complete all in one go, assuming you have the materials. What bothers me, however, is how repetitive and one-note they tend to be. 90% of quests in this game are you fetching things for other characters, or delivering objects from one person to the other. Every once in a while, you'll be able to do a scavenger hunt mission or a tracking mission, where you'll be asked to record info about one dino and deliver it to someone, but the structure remains pretty consistent. I understand the game design leaves little wiggle room for creativity when it comes to quests, but I can't help but feel that something more could have been done to spice things up a little bit. Mayhaps we could have been sent to free dinosaurs that were trapped somewhere by logs or rocks, or if we were given a camera mechanic, we could have received missions akin to the ones in Jurassic World Evolution, where we would have used the camera to take a picture of dinosaurs singing or socializing. That's not to say that I hate the missions. They're very easy and they grant an immense sense of satisfaction whenever you complete one. It's also a big help when I find myself low on funds, which is exactly what the missions are intended to do. While it isn't anything like a deal breaker for me, I just can't help but feel that more could have been done. And now for the characters. While each of them have their own distinct design and personality, the game suffers from what I call Pokemon syndrome. Dialogue is, for the most part, pretty safe and bland. In complete fairness to the game, I was surprised to find that there are actually some moments that did make me audibly laugh. However, it only occurred about twice through my playthrough. I won't dwell on this too much as it didn't really affect my gameplay experience. After all, I unfortunately love playing the Pokemon games. And in the spirit of fairness, the world has dynamic elements that change things up every now and again. Paleopine society has its own officially recognized holidays and events, with characters even celebrating each other's birthdays, known in the game as budding days. This includes your own budding day as well, in which characters will visit your ranch and drop off different kinds of gifts for you. This helps make the island feel like an actual place that changes with time and never remains static. The 3 seasons, Triassic, Jurassos, and Critumnus, which mirror our real-life seasons, visibly change the environment around you, while also affecting the growth of different crops. For example, your carrots will be much better quality if you grow them in Jurassos as opposed to Critumnus. The tree leaves turn red and brown and different flowers grow in Critumnus as opposed to Triassic, when trees display much brighter colors with cherry blossoms scattered throughout the land. Small details implemented throughout serve to even further immerse me into this cutesy world, where you don't have to worry about some bastard ending your life in 2 seconds because they were bored. One of my favorite examples of this is how in Granny's Garden, the crops change in accordance to the season that you're currently in. It's a small detail that I don't think anyone would notice or really even care about, but the simple fact that they still added it further shows how much the developers cared about this game. But once again, I won't sit here and say it's all sunshine and rainbows. Exploration has its fair share of clunkiness, with your character sometimes being unable to scale hills that any normal person with 2 legs would be able to descend just fine, or squeeze in between objects that you should be able to, but can't due to your gargantuan hitbox. And some areas, unfortunately, just feel extra empty, in the sense that certain locations feel as if they were constructed to display some sort of landmark or naturally occurring oddity, but they just didn't for some reason. And some locations will be locked behind a barrier you need a specific dinosaur to bypass, only to find maybe a broken fragment, and not really anything else. It feels somewhat incomplete, like more could have been done. There's one specific area of the map that has a cute little parasaur statue, so why can't we get more of that? But go bigger. Statues of other dinosaurs or perhaps deities that people worship. If there are ancient tablets, there must logically have been people here before the current residents, so why not expand more on that story? Let it be known that as of recording this video, I have still not completed the entire game as there is a lot of stuff to do. If this point is completely void, please let me know in the comments below. And now, I want to skedaddle on over to the next topic, character customization. I want to preface by saying that I understand what the developers were trying to accomplish. The player is not meant to have any distinctive female or male features to keep it ambiguous and instead rely on hair and clothes. While this may be cute for some, for me, it made it frustrating to make a character that I was satisfied with. The clothing options are fine, albeit somewhat limited. However, the character creation itself suffers from a severe lack of variety, at least for the male options. I wish there were more body types to pick that would provide a better sense of whether a character is male or female, like Marlowe, who is big and burly. And especially better hair options, because most of the given choices, including the female ones, as my girlfriend can testify, kinda suck. Now, I understand that a game like this probably doesn't need it, but when a large part of farming games is the customization aspect, it's my belief that we should be given more choices to be as manly, girly, or anything in between as we would like. That would probably have to be my biggest critique of the game. Now, I'm going to end it here because if I kept going, this video would easily be an hour long. Paleo Pines, to me, was an addictive relief that grasped me in its comfortable, warm hands and refused to let me go. My girlfriend and I hardly spoke to each other about anything other than the game the first night that we bought it. The lack of things to do is severely outweighed by the amount of stuff that you can occupy yourself with. And if you, as a dinosaur fan, or even as a fan of video games, ever find yourself bored while playing this game, you either hate fun, or you hate yourself. While the professional gaming industry continues to pump out garbage after garbage each year meant to buy rather than to truly enjoy, Paleo Pines is yet another indie game I can safely point to and proudly say that it is completely worth it. Hi everyone. I apologize if I took extra time while making this one. To be completely transparent, I wasn't fully satisfied with how that last video came out. It felt rushed, and not nearly as good as it could have been, which goes against everything I stand for as a creator. And yes, I see your comments. I see that the Hunker Down is the same as the one in Path of Titans. I don't play Path of Titans. I play good games. It's only a joke. I think Path has its own strengths. Please calm down. Anyway, when I originally made this channel, I made myself a promise to try and post nothing but quality, which is exactly what I want to do. I am more than grateful for the amount of support that all of you have showed me, and I'm going to try my best and honor these good wishes by putting out some of the best DinoTuber content that YouTube has yet to see. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed so far from the bottom of my heart. I hope you don't mind me branching out into new territory like this video. This doesn't mean in any way that I'm going to be abandoning the Isle, not while Gateway is almost released. And I don't mean the stress test, by the way, I mean an official release. But this channel was never meant to be only about the Isle. I enjoy talking about many things, like pizza. And what definitely did not happen in Tiananmen Square in China on April 15th, 1959. So hardcore Isle fans, don't worry, my How It Should Be series should continue chugging forward without any issues, as there are some lesser known dinosaurs that I kind of want to talk about. Not to mention, again, because I know it's been a while, I feel the need to let you guys know that I do have some creative ideas, or ideas that I think are creative anyway. I've yet to see anybody on IsleTube do what I have planned, so hopefully it's something you guys like. Thank you guys all for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, then please do so if you wish. And if you don't, that's alright too. And if you're already subscribed, then we'll see each other again very soon.